Good morning, readers. It's Mrs. Rashke. I'm so sorry I'm not there with you today, but you know I have to do my meetings so that I can be ready to teach our next exciting reading unit. This morning what I want to do in reading is I want to give you the most amount of time possible to really be in your nonfiction book club tubs. So this morning what I'm going to do is for our mini lesson, it's going to be really super mini because, oh, also Leo is reading back there. Because I want to just quick tell you what your directions are today, and then I want to send you off and give you the most amount of time to read. So today what we're going to do, kindergartners, is what I really want to teach you is that when you're a nonfiction reader and an avid nonfiction reader, we already know that you do things like we are reading pages and we're saying wow because we're actually reading the words. We're not just looking at the picture. Another thing that we know that avid readers do is we ask those questions. Wait, what? Or how? Or where? Or why? We're asking those questions. And we're asking those questions and then we're trying to read to find the answers to our questions. We also know that avid readers use those fancy words. If you remember yesterday, because I'm currently obsessed with all ocean animals, we read about jellyfish. And yesterday, we learned that that top part of a jellyfish is actually called the bell. And that was new information for us. And then we learned that those leggy parts are called tentacles. And that was new information for us. And so that was just an example of how, even on our first day back from vacation, we are avid nonfiction readers. So today, kindergartners, what I want to teach you is that avid nonfiction readers don't just read and say, okay, I'm done. But avid nonfiction readers actually can't wait to share their information with each other. So if you think about how when we're reading and the first thing you want to do is you want to share. I want to know how many people went home yesterday and needed to tell their parents about this whole jellyfish information that we learned. And how later when we read about seahorses and we learned that their nose is actually called a snout, and then that made us go, wait, what? And then that must mean that their nose is similar to a pig's nose because a pig's nose is called a snout too, and kind of maybe because it's that long and flat at the end. So what we did, kindergartners, was we learned information and we wanted to get it out into the world, kind of like in our writing, but this time is with reading and we want to share. So today, kindergartners, what you're going to do is when it's time for you to go into reading, you are going to get right into those nonfiction book club tubs. And I actually want you to do something a little bit different today. What I want you to do is when you get to your nonfiction book club tub, I want you to take 4 books. I want you to take 4 books out of that nonfiction book club tub. But you need to remember which ones they are. So when you take them back to your reading mat, I need you to put them on the side or put them in a special spot because I don't really want them to get tucked away in your book box, okay? At the end, you're gonna put them back in that nonfiction book club tub. Oh yeah, you're reading about the busy day? He's busy reading. So what you're going to do is you're going to read, and you are going to read, and your guest teacher is going to set the timer for about half of the amount of time that you guys have left, and I'll be done in like 2 minutes. So your guest teacher is going to set a timer, and you're just going to read, and you're going to read all that you can. You're going to read furiously. You're going to ask those questions, find those wows, get those fancy words. Then, when the timer goes off, you guys are going to grab your reader's notebooks. Your reader's notebooks, which are already in your book box. Then I need you to open to the blue book tab. Tell me which tab you're going to. The blue book tab. And at that blue book tab, I want you to find your first empty page and draw a 4 square. And for our guest teacher, we will show you that just means that we draw a line down the middle of the page and across the middle then. Kindergartners, I want you to then write down one fact, one wow, or one fancy word from every book that you read. So if you have 4 books, and I want you to pick that oh my goodness thing from that first book, and that I can't believe this from the second, and the I need to tell my friends about this from the third, and the oh that's a fancy word from the fourth. I want you to find 4 things that you need to share. You're gonna record those in your notebook. What I don't want is you to copy. If I wanted you to write exactly this, here comes the shark, it looks for food. If I wanted to read that, I would just read this book. I want you to write down what you learned. So for me, my first box is going to say, it's gonna be a quick sketch of a jellyfish, and there's gonna be an arrow, and I'm gonna write bell for the top. Then underneath, I'm gonna draw a little arrow, and it's gonna say tentacles. In my second box, I'm gonna have draw a tiny little sketch of a seahorse, and then put an arrow that says snout. And fin, I forgot about fin, that was new information. So your job today is to first take half of the time to read. The second half of the time, I'm almost done, honey bun. The second half of the time, you are gonna be recording some of that important information, okay? Kindergartners, I look forward to reading what you have saved, your information tomorrow. Have a great day in reading, okay? Oh, and remember, you can earn points. You can earn Beat the Teacher points for having good behavior and quiet reading. Okay, all right, goodbye. Do you want to say goodbye? You say bye? Bye. Yep, goodbye. Okay.